For months, John had been knitting a blanket for his unborn grandson. Today, he finally got to deliver it. He walked toward his daughter Susan's house, where pastel balloons marked the baby shower. Cradled in his arms was a blue knitted blanket, every stitch made with love and secret hope.
Only people who helped with the baby are welcome.
But I am her father. I helped raise her. How can he say that?
Kevin's hand stayed firm on the doorframe, his eyes cold and unyielding. No room for argument.
I said, only people who helped are welcome. You are not on that list.
John's smile crumbled into something fragile, a quiet, bewildered hurt that cut deeper than anger. Without another word, John turned and walked away, the blanket still clutched to his chest. Behind him, the door shut. Inside, the baby shower continued, laughter filling the room as if he had never been there. In the quiet of his old sedan, John set the blanket on the passenger seat and shut the door.
He actually meant it. After all these years, I am nothing to him.
His hands trembled on the steering wheel, but he wouldn't let himself cry yet. He remembered the nights he spent knitting this blanket by the dim light of a single lamp, every stitch a silent promise. He pulled a worn sonogram picture from his wallet, the tiny curled shape of his unborn grandson.
I just wanted to be there, to hold him one day. Is that too much to ask?
Inside the house, Kevin laughed with guests, while Susan rested on the sofa, unaware of the scene that had just played out.
Only the people who really matter are here. Family is about support, not blood.
John pulled away from the curb, the house growing small in the rearview mirror. The baby shower continued. But somewhere on the quiet streets, a grandfather drove home alone. Hours later, the party had quieted. Susan was resting on the sofa, while Kevin stacked plates. Suddenly, Susan gasped and went pale. Her hand flew to her belly before she collapsed sideways.
Susan, what's wrong? Somebody call 911.
Guests scrambled. Minutes later, the wail of an ambulance tore through the quiet street. Paramedics rushed inside, checking Susan's pulse and snapping orders. Kevin stood frozen. They lifted her onto a stretcher, an oxygen mask covering her face. The pastel decorations mocked the scene.
Is she going to be okay? Please? You have to help her?
The ambulance doors closed, and Kevin climbed in front, his face ashen. At the hospital, the emergency room swallowed them whole. Machines beeped. Nurses hurried. Kevin paced the waiting room, the weight of the moment finally catching up. He might lose them both. A nurse finally called Kevin's name. He rushed to the desk, his mind already on the costs.
My wife's insurance should cover everything. I can't afford extra bills.
Sir, high-risk pregnancies often require specialist care that isn't fully covered. You'll be responsible for a significant portion.
Kevin's jaw tightened. He wasn't asking about Susan's condition, only the money.
This can't be right. I pay premiums every month. The hospital is just trying to squeeze every cent.
The clerk handed him a preliminary statement. The numbers blurred, but one total stood out, nearly $50,000.
50 grand. That's more than we have. How am I supposed to pay for this? You have to give me a payment plan. Something affordable. I'll lose the house.
We can set up a payment schedule, but the hospital requires a substantial deposit before discharge.
Kevin slumped into a chair. The bill crumpled in his fist. He looked toward the ICU doors, but his mind stayed on the debt. The ICU doors swung open, and Dr. Mason stepped out, her expression calm but unreadable.
Your wife is stable. We're monitoring closely, but for now, both Susan and the baby are safe.
Thank God. But what about the costs? The deposit they're asking for is insane.
Actually, the financial office informed me that all charges have been settled. There's no balance.
Kevin stared at the paper, the word paid stamped in red. His mouth opened, but no sound came.
Paid? Who would do that? Nobody even knew. Who paid? I need to know right now. This doesn't make any sense.
Patient confidentiality extends to financial arrangements. I can only confirm the account is zero. Right now, focus on your wife. She needs you calm. The money is handled. Be grateful for that.
Kevin nodded. but his mind churned. Someone had stepped in, someone with more generosity than he could understand. Hours later, Susan stirred in the hospital bed. Her eyelids fluttered open to the hum of monitors.
Kevin, the baby. Is my baby okay? I was so scared.
The baby is fine, Susan. You are both safe. Just breathe.
But his voice trailed off. His eyes locked onto the corner of the room.
What is that? A blanket? I didn't have that before.
Kevin crossed the room and lifted the soft bundle. A folded note slipped to the floor. He opened it. For my grandson, with all my love, Grandpa John.
John, he came here? After what I did, he still brought this.
Oh, that blanket? A kind older man left it at the nurse's station. He seemed like he was carrying a lot of love with him.
It's nothing, Susan. Probably just a donation from a volunteer. Don't worry about it. You need rest.
After Susan's eyes closed, Kevin stepped into the corridor, the note still crumpled in his palm. He smoothed it out and read the words again, his chest tightening.
He came here after what I did. He brought a gift, and I called it a donation.
From his jacket, he pulled the billing statement, the one stamped paid. He held the note and the statement together, the zero balance and his father-in-law's handwriting.
It can't be John. It's too much money. It has to be someone else.
He approached the nurse's station, desperate for a different answer.
Sir, I am not allowed to give out that information. The donor insisted on privacy.
Kevin walked back to the waiting area, the puzzle pieces hovering just out of reach. But in his gut, a name was forming, a name he'd tried to erase from the family years ago. The next morning, Susan woke clearer-headed. She looked around the room, her eyes searching.
Kevin, has my dad come by? I really need to see him. Can you call him?
Kevin's hand froze on the bed rail. The question he'd been dreading had finally come.
Sweetheart, you need to rest. Your dad, he's out of town this week.
Out of town. But he knew about the shower. He was supposed to be there. He never misses anything important.
I am sure he'll call when he's back. Something must have come up.
Number. He would have called already. You are not telling me something. What happened, Kevin?
Nothing happened. I told you. He's away. Now, please. Stress is bad for the baby.
Susan turned her face to the window, silent tears sliding into her hair. The blanket lay forgotten on the chair.
She knows I am lying, but the truth would destroy her right now.
Kevin stepped into the hallway, the door clicking shut behind him. The note in his pocket felt heavier than ever.
Mr. Dalton, a moment. I wanted to reassure you, the financial office has confirmed ongoing coverage.
Coverage? Someone is still paying? Who is it? You have to tell me.
I can only share that it's a family member who values privacy. The bills are not your concern anymore.
A family member? My wife's medical costs, and I am the last to know? That's not right.
I sympathize, but we must honor the donor's wishes. Right now, your wife needs you calm and present.
A family member. The words bounced around Kevin's skull, and only one face kept rising through the noise.
It's John, isn't it? Just tell me if it's him. I need to hear it from you.
I can't confirm or deny. I am sorry. Please go back to your wife. She's asking for you.
She won't say it, but who else could it be? John emptied everything for us.
Kevin pulled out his phone and scrolled to the contact he'd avoided for years. John. He pressed the call button. The line rang once, twice, then voicemail. In a quiet living room, John watched his phone vibrate on the table. He saw the name and let it go.
After what he did, now he calls? Number, I gave everything I could silently. I won't be used now.
Kevin tried again. This time, he waited for the beep and forced his voice steady.
John, it's Kevin. Susan is in the hospital. She's stable, but I need to talk to you about something important. Please call me back.
He hung up and stared at the screen, waiting for a reply that didn't come. John listened to the voicemail, his thumb hovering over the delete button. His face softened for Susan, then hardened again.
He only calls when he needs something. But Susan, I'll check on her my way. I won't let him use me again.
Kevin tried twice more, but each ring echoed into silence. John's number remained unanswered. Kevin retreated to the hospital cafeteria, opening his laptop with shaking fingers. He searched public records, property transfers, vehicle sales, anything with John's name. A recent listing confirmed it. John had sold his only car 3 days before Susan collapsed.
He sold his car? That old sedan was all he had. How is he even getting around?
Then he found a bank notice, a near total liquidation of John's savings, timed exactly with the hospital payment. The amount transferred matched the zero balance statement, penny for penny.
It was him, all of it. And I shut the door in his face.
Kevin stared at the screen, the numbers blurring as his eyes filled. John had given everything, his car, his savings, his pride, and asked for nothing. Kevin closed the laptop, the weight of his own cruelty finally breaking through. Kevin was halfway back to Susan's room when the alarms ripped through the quiet hallway.
Her pressure is spiking. Get Dr. Mason now.
Dr. Mason sprinted past Kevin, pushing the door open before he could blink.
No, no, no. I can't lose them. Not now. Not after everything.
Sir, you need to wait outside. We'll update you as soon as we can.
Please, God, let them be okay. I'll make this right. I'll tell her everything.
Minutes stretched like hours, each beep from behind the door a knife.
We've stabilized her. It was a close call, but Susan and the baby are holding on.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought I'd lost them.
Kevin slid down the wall, his promise to make things right burning in his chest alongside the guilt. Kevin grabbed his keys and left the hospital. He needed to see John's world for himself. The familiar route to John's modest house felt foreign now, each turn pulling him deeper into guilt. He parked where John's old sedan used to sit, the empty driveway a silent accusation. No answer. Kevin cupped his hands against the window, peering into the quiet living room. Sparse furniture, no television, a single lamp on a worn table. This was a man who had given up everything. Then he saw the shelf, a framed photo of Susan as a child, and beside it, the sonogram of his unborn son.
He has nothing left, and he still left that blanket. I threw him out, and he gave us everything.
Kevin's forehead pressed against the cold glass. The truth was no longer numbers on a screen. It was this empty house, this silent sacrifice. He walked back to his car, hands trembling on the wheel as he drove toward the hospital.
I have to tell Susan, but how do I explain that her father sold his car and emptied his bank for us, and I shut the door in his face?
Kevin slipped back into Susan's room, his jacket still cold from the night air.
Where did you go? I woke up, and you weren't here. I got scared.
I just needed some fresh air, that's all. Everything's fine.
Did you hear from my dad yet? I keep waiting for his call.
I did call him. He said he's really busy with some things. Might take a while.
Busy? What could be more important than his daughter and grandson?
The hurt in Susan's voice was a fresh wound, but Kevin only looked away. Susan pulled the blue blanket from the chair, clutching it as if it were her father's hand.
This blanket. It feels like his love. Why won't he just come?
She's holding the proof of his love while I lie about him. What kind of man am I?
Miles away, John knelt beside his bed, the corded phone on the nightstand beside him. The phone buzzed, rattling against the wood. He recognized the hospital code.
Hello, doctor? Is Susan okay? The baby?
They're stable, John. It was close, but she's holding on. The baby's heartbeat is strong.
Thank God. Thank you for calling. I just needed to know.
She keeps asking for you, John. Her husband has been there, but it's you she wants.
Just tell her I love her. That's enough. I won't cause more trouble.
He didn't ask about the bills or what Kevin had done. All that mattered was Susan's safety.
Thank you, doctor. I am grateful.
He set the phone down and let the relief wash over him, but he still wouldn't walk through that hospital door. Dr. Mason walked slowly toward the maternity wing, the weight of her last phone call still pressing on her chest. Through the small window of Susan's door, she saw the young woman clutching a blue blanket to her cheek, tears staining the wool.
She's been like this for days. Kevin keeps saying her father is out of town, but I know better.
She stepped back from the door, her professional training warring with her compassion.
Susan needs to know the truth. Keeping her father's secret is breaking her.
With a deep breath, Dr. Mason pushed the door open and stepped inside.
Susan, I need to speak with you. Kevin, may I have a moment alone with your wife?
Kevin hesitated, but the authority in her tone left no room for argument. He stepped into the hallway. Dr. Mason took Susan's hand, her voice gentle but steady.
Susan, I think you deserve to know who made sure you and your baby were taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean? The hospital bills. Someone paid them?
Every test, every medication, every hour of care. It's all been covered, Susan. In full.
Outside the door, Kevin pressed his ear against the wood, his heart pounding.
She's going to tell her. And Susan will know I've been lying this whole time.
The person who did this never wanted credit. He just wanted to make sure you and your baby were safe.
He? Doctor. Please, who is it? You have to tell me.
Susan, what I'm about to say may be difficult, but you have a right to know. Your father.
Kevin's hand tightened on the doorframe, his whole body rigid as the doctor paused.
My father, doctor, please. Just tell me.
Your father, John, paid every single bill. He sold everything he had, so you wouldn't have to worry.
My dad. He sold everything? The car? His savings? For us?
She held out the receipt. The name was clear. Paid by John. Every penny accounted for.
All this time I thought he'd abandoned me, and he gave up everything he had.
He never stopped loving you, Susan. He did this silently, asking for nothing.
At the doorway, Kevin stepped inside. His head dropped the moment their eyes met.
You knew. You knew he was trying to see me, and you kept him away. You banned him from the baby shower. He showed up with this blanket, and you shut the door in his face.
I didn't know. I was wrong, Susan. I was so wrong. Please.
Dr. Mason quietly gathered her folder and slipped out of the room, leaving the raw truth behind.
You have no idea what you've done. I can't even look at you right now. Get out, Kevin. I need to think, and I can't do it with you standing there.
Susan, please. I just want to help. Let me stay.
The only thing you can do right now is leave. Go.
Kevin's mouth opened, then closed. He turned and walked out, the door clicking shut behind him. Susan pulled the blanket to her chest, the soft wool soaking up her sobs. After a long moment, she reached for her phone on the bedside table. Her fingers trembled. She scrolled to the contact that read Dad and pressed the call button. The line rang once, twice, and Susan closed her eyes, barely breathing. Each ring felt like a lifetime. She didn't know what she would say when he answered. The third ring cut through the silence, and somewhere a phone lit up in a quiet living room.
Susan? What's wrong? Are you and the baby okay?
Dad, the doctor told me everything. Why didn't you tell me you paid all the bills?
I only wanted to help. I didn't want to cause more trouble between you and Kevin.
Outside the door, Kevin pressed his forehead to the wall. Every word struck deeper than the last.
Trouble? Dad, you sold your car. You have nothing left because of us.
You are my daughter. Nothing I gave up was a loss. I'd do it all again without hesitation.
Susan smiled through her tears, the sound of her father's voice mending something broken inside her.
I love you, Dad. I am so sorry I ever doubted you.
I love you too, sweetheart. Give my grandson a kiss for me.
The call ended, but the warmth stayed in Susan's chest. In the corridor, Kevin buried his face in his hands. Days later, the hospital cleared Susan for discharge. Kevin arrived early, his car idling at the curb. She insisted on walking, but the nurse pushed the wheelchair. Susan held only the blue blanket.
The car's right here. I already adjusted the seat for you.
She climbed in without a word, her body stiff as she fastened the seatbelt.
I can't look at him. Not yet. Maybe not ever.
The engine hummed. Kevin gripped the wheel, stealing glances at her silent profile.
Susan, I know you are angry, but can we just talk?
There's nothing to say. Just take me home.
She turned to the window, the blanket pressed against her belly, the world outside blurring past. The car pulled into their driveway. The house looked smaller, emptier, like everything had changed. In his quiet living room, John's phone lit up with a new message. He opened it to find a photo of Susan, the blue blanket wrapped around her belly, a tired but grateful smile on her face. Below the photo were the words, "Thank you for everything, Dad. We love you."
She knows. She finally knows. I never stopped loving her.
John's eyes glistened as he typed a reply with unsteady fingers. He wrote, "Anything for my family. Give my grandson a hug from his grandpa." He hit send, then set the phone down with a deep, contented exhale. The room was quiet, but for the first time in weeks, it felt full. John leaned back, a framed photo of Susan as a child in his lap, and closed his eyes in peace. His love had never needed a welcome mat. It had always been there, paid in full.